mlOS. mlOS stands for Machine Learning Operating System, and we call it that because the way you interact with it is similar to the way you interact with your operating system. This is the desktop. On the desktop you will find these icons, and these icons represent the pipeline for building a machine learning solution. Each icon represents a module. The data engine, which we can double click to open, is where you connect to your data sources, transform them, wrangle them, pre-process them, and prepare your data for modeling. In the data engine, you can either click your way through, or you can write custom code for feature extraction and also for data wrangling. In the data engine, you can also work on any type of data. So you can work on computer vision, which is image data, tabular data, which is your normal, usual structured data. You can work on natural language processing data or text data. You can also work on sequencing data, which is univariate or multivariate time series data. Automated machine learning, or AutoML in mlOS, is where you allow the system or mlOS to build and evaluate models for you, and then you can decide which one you want to put in production. The next one here is ML Engine. ML Engine is where you build either your classification or your regression models, and in building models you can also leverage automated machine learning called autopilot, but you can also use general purpose classifiers as well as deep learning algorithms, and you can even add your own custom algorithms in building models. Model governance is where you get a peer reviewer or a model risk manager to evaluate the model, because mlOS automatically documents everything that happens during the model development process. They can evaluate the model before it's deployed in production. The model deployment is where models are deployed as microservices, or you can even download the model or deploy it into a location so that your engineering team can pick it up and they can use it for whatever purpose. Dashboards are automatically generated utility dashboards that can let you interact with an app or interact with a model. You can also score data in batch and do various analysis by providing comments and generating various charts so you can explain what is really happening in that data set. These windows, as you can see, are stacked over each other, and you can move them and you can resize them as you want. You can also minimize them, and once that happens, they go to the taskbar. Whenever a window goes to the taskbar, you can click on it to open it again, and you can click to hide it. When windows are opened on the desktop, you can click this button here, which is the desktop icon. You can click to hide them, or you can click to show them. Also, on the desktop, you can always right click and you can get access to any of these modules, which also include the ones here listed on the desktop. On the taskbar to my far right is this icon here that tells you the health of your mlOS. You can also see here beside it the project manager, and this is a quick dashboard that tells you how many data sources you are working on, how many models have been created, and projects that have been shared with you, or projects that you have created and also shared with other people. Right beside the project manager is the help button. The help, first of all, gives you a quick tour as to how mlOS work, and you can do next as you see, or you can skip. But you can also find tutorials, and these tutorials come with data as well as instructions on how you can solve various use cases in mlOS. And these tutorials include tutorials for computer vision, tutorials for natural language processing, for time series, and also for tabular data. The help is also very comprehensive, and so you can look at the algorithms as an example, details about how they work, about the parameters and how you can tune them, and so on and so forth. Right beside the help is the user information. It tells you which user you are or your user profile. And then there is a notification button. You can click to show the notification, or you can click to hide it. Whenever a process is running, that process starts from 1 to 100, and if for any reason that process does not complete, you can click on this button here and it will show you the progress of that process, and if there is any error, you will see them and you will be able to rectify or resolve them. Besides the notification button is the activity button, which tells you processes that are pending, the ones that are in progress, the ones that have been completed, exited, and so on. You can also see the work logs for all the processes that have been run in mlOS. To the far left on the taskbar is another icon that gives you access to all the modules. And here, some of them are on the desktop, but others are not. So for instance, Algorithm Manager is where you can add custom algorithms for either a classification or a regression. And if your organization have their secret source, or maybe you want a different flavor of an algorithm in mlOS, you can just add it yourself and your team members will also be able to use it. You can also change the theme of mlOS. So right now I'm using the dark mode, but if you prefer the light mode, you can do so. And if you go back here, you can see other things such as merging data or accessing the data store, or even accessing the code editor. So this is an overview of mlOS, and watch other tutorials and get details on how these modules work and how you can use mlOS to solve meaningful problems.